Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about remaining part of sterile manufacturing. Let's see the learning outcomes. After watching this video, you will be able to give meaning of WFI and SWFI, enlist additives used in parenteral formulations, and explain formulation of parenterals. So let's start from formulation of sterile product. Parenterals or sterile products are mainly composed of API, that means active pharmaceutical ingredient, vehicle and additives. Let's see vehicle. The most commonly used vehicle is water for injection, that means WFI, which is prepared by distillation or reverse osmosis, and it should be free from ions and pyrogens. The sterile water for injection is also used, and it is the water for injection which is sterilized and then packed. Antimicrobial agents and other added substances are absent here. Other non-aqueous vehicle used are cottonseed oil, peanut oil, olive oil, ethyl alcohol and propylene glycol. Let's see the additives. To maintain the quality of injection until its time of administration, the additives should be used in the parenterals, and these additives should be of highest purity. Let's see which additives should be used in parenterals. There should be tonicity contributor, antioxidants, antimicrobials, buffering agents, suspending agents, emulsifying agents and wetting agents. So let's see one by one. First one is the tonicity contributor. Tonicity contributor should be added in the parenterals because the injections are required to isotonic with blood plasma and other body fluid. For that purpose, tonicity contributor should be added in the parenterals, and the examples are NaCl or borax. Then let's see the antioxidants. They prevent the oxidative degradation of the product. So, to prevent the oxidative degradation of the parenteral products, antioxidants should be added. So, which antioxidants should be used for aqueous injections? Then sodium bisulfite, sodium formaldehyde, thiourea, acetone, sodium metabisulfite and ascorbic acid, and tocopherol, BHA, BHT, propyl gallate. These antioxidants should be used for oily injections. Okay. Then next one is the antimicrobials. Antimicrobials are used in the parenteral products to prevent the microbial growth, especially in multi-dose containers. During the withdrawal of the dose, the product may get contaminated. Hence, to maintain the sterility of the product, the antimicrobials should be added in the parenterals. And the examples are cresol, chlorocresol, benzalkonium chloride, chlorambutanol, phenyl mercuric nitrate and phenol. Next additive is the buffering agents. Buffering agents are used to maintain the pH of parenteral product during its storage and is important for preventing the degradation by ionization or by interaction of product with the material of the container. So the buffering agents are used are phosphates, acetate, phthalate, then acetates of sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. Next one is the suspending agents. These agents improve the viscosity of parenteral suspensions. Examples are acacia, methyl cellulose, gelatin, tragacanth and carboxymethyl cellulose. Next one is the emulsifying agent. It maintains the stable emulsion, and emulsifying agent used in the parent rolls are lecithin. And next one is wetting agents. It reduces interfacial tension between solid and liquid particles so as to prevent the formation of cake. And the example is Twin 80. Thank you for watching this video.